Welcome back, everybody. Last time, our four villagers, had a lovely day in town on the last day of spring, experiencing the reenactment festival. They paid tribute to their ancestors, learned about the customs in town, ate lots of delicious, yummy food, and then, for various reasons, were convinced to participate in the reenactment itself, where some of the guards in town dressed up as ghosts and kidnapped you and took you to the woods to devour you in the night. But of course, this was just a mock kidnapping designed to deceive the local spirits into warding off their malice and envy and putting it on some other village, somewhere else where it's not your problem. And, you guys spent the night together. You got to know each other. Hannah built a little fire. And then you drifted off to a peaceful sleep in the woods and awoke the next morning. But as you awoke the next morning, things were not quite going according to plan, as Cho Chung-Hu, the local millmaster, did not appear with the promised bounty of pastries and rice cakes, the breakfast that Tampoko was so eager to consume. And a strange mist began to billow around you, turning into fog. As Hannah-chan found the path to lead you back towards town, as you realized no rescue or ransom was coming, you began to hear strange noises in the mist, and they resolved into the strange chitterings of some disturbingly red-eyed chipmunks or squirrels calling down to you with high-pitched voices demanding to know, why do I hate you? Why will we kill you? And then two massive large, mastiff-sized giant centipedes swarmed out of the underbrush, clicking and clattering, demanding your flesh and blood. And that's where we left off.
Yes.
And so, as we resume our session here, let's go ahead and take a look at where we stand. We are going to navigate over here to the woodlands. Can everybody see their token and control it? This is our first time using the Foundry VTT, so I want to make sure everybody has control.
I'm reloading.
Oh, there we go. Yes. And I seem to have control, so yes.
I'm just gonna move my guy. Yeah, I can move mine too.
Okay. Yep. All good.
Okay, so as these monsters swarm towards you, I'm going to need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative as we're going into our first combat.
Okay.
Hey, 22.
And it's perception is the initiative?
You could just click on your portrait on the top, and it should roll it.
Yeah. Typically, you are going to roll perception for your initiative. Yes.
Oh.
A natural.
Oh no.
A natural one, making it a 7 because I've got keen eyes.
There's a time to roll a natural one. It's initiative.
Mute that tab. There we go. Okay, so looks like everybody has rolled except Byron here. So Sal, are you able to? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, so as these monsters swarm towards you, as the squirrels in the tree crouch on their haunches, ready to leap down at you, Tampoko, you are first to act.
Okay, I can't really see any of the creatures on the map.
If you hover your mouse over the treetops, you should see.
Okay, I see.
There we go.
Some creatures underneath them.
Oh man. Oh, and I'm first, huh?
You are first,
Pack of
yes.
Squirrels too.
And there's squirrels.
There's squirrels and 2 centipedes on the tree to the right.
I see.
Why do we hate you? Why do we kill you? He's like, well, sometimes. Oh, and they're like one thing, aren't they? They're like a big horde, right? Are they treated as one creature?
Yes, they are treated as a swarm. That's correct.
Okay, I'm gonna see. You see that? Let's see. How far away am I? Nope, that doesn't do it. Tampoco's obviously freaking out as much as everyone else presumably is. And so they are like, okay, he's going to have to take a step forward. He bravely is like, I need a bit of liquid courage here. And he takes a swig. Well, no, first he takes a step closer to these things because they're creepy. He'll go, let's see. All right, to there. Just takes a step forward. He takes the swig of this to basically be able to breathe fire on them.
Okay.
I have to. I wonder if this will do it. That didn't do anything. Are they targeted? Seems like they might be. Are they targeted?
No,
Does it look like they're targeted?
You have not targeted the squirrels, but for this action, you don't need to target them. They make a saving throw here. You step forward, you take a swig of your sake, and this huge gout of fire breath comes out of your mouth and up into the branches where these clusters of squirrels are, and they are going to have to make a save against that.
Yes, a DC 17 basic ref. Oh, I guess you can see it and you tap it on the thing.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so they fail their saving throw. They were not prepared for this burst of flame to come out of your mouth. So go ahead and roll damage.
I roll the damage. Okay.
You roll the damage, yes.
8 damage.
Okay, so the flames sear across the creatures, and you see several of them are burned and destroyed immediately. The remaining ones hiss with pain and glare down at you. They are very gravely hurt by that. In fact, more than half of the squirrels have died. That was you used movement, you used your flame breath, which I believe is that one action or two to do that?
Action. It's
okay,
two,
so that is your turn.
He is done.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had hoped that they would have all died, so this is not good because they go next.
You came close. That's true. They do go next. So the remaining squirrels, you see their red eyes glaring at you. They call out, why are you so awful? And they leap flying down from the ground 15 feet.
No.
They land right next to you. Let's see. They then swarm forward an additional 10 feet. No, additional 5. And they begin to swarm up your leggings and Hannah's leggings. You both have like a couple of these squirrels scratching and grabbling their way up. I'm going to need reflex saves from both Hannah and Tampoco as they begin like scrambling up your clothing, tearing and clawing, chittering and biting.
This would be athletics.
It is a reflex saving throw. You can click the
I see it
button
under
in
here.
the chat.
Got it. Yes.
Oh,
That's nice. The chat just does it. 23.
Okay, so
Quick
Hannah, with a 23, these creatures are still swarming around you, but you're able to maintain. You're able to kind of dodge and weave away that they're not able to get any inside your armor or affect you in any way. Tampoco, however, their antics, they're inside your robes now. They're affecting your nerves and your nervous system, and you feel yourself becoming clumsy as they do so. So I'm going to
give myself that.
Hang on, I'm going to apply it to you. There we go. So you now have the clumsy status, which reduces your dexterity-based rolls and DCs, including your armor class, your reflex saves, and some other things. With that now that they're swarming all over you, they're going to go ahead and bite you, Tampoco. They're going to use their nibble action here. I'm going to need you to make another reflex save.
Oh, okay.
Against 6 damage.
Oops. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll do it.
That is a success, which means you take half damage. So these creatures are, they're swarming inside your robes, and you feel their teeth sink into you. You shake at the last moment to kind of like stop them from getting a good hold, but you feel the blood draw as they pierce the skin, and you take 3 points of damage. That is their turn. That brings us to one of the giant centipedes. It is going to rush forward, shouting as it does, "Consume, feed the eggs, gain your strength." It is going to rush to here. It is going to target Byron, and it is going to make 2 attacks. The first is, you see, and let me show you guys what this looks like real quick. Here is the giant, oh wait, I got rid of that way too fast.
Big. That's too big.
So big.
It is
Oh.
pretty big.
Yeah, that is the giant centipede. It skitters forward. Its little legs and arms waving and skittering. It's got these 2 big mandibles. And Byron, as it comes towards you, its head snaps forward, lunges forward with lightning speed, and it tries to sink its teeth into your side. It is going to roll an attack here. That is a hit. So I'm going to need 2 things from you. I'm going to need you to make the Fortitude saving throw against its venom, which I've posted in the chat. That is a success. You barely hold. You feel this poison sinking into you, and you muster the strength of your body to fight it off. You are not affected by that affliction. However, you do take 2 points of damage if you want to apply that. And the creature, seeing that it struck and succeeded, is going to try again. It's going to try the same thing again. Actually, is it? No. It is going to instead reposition here to get access to Hannah-chan on its next turn. That is its turn. And Man Darkleaf, you are up. You see the squirrels swarming around Tampoco and Hannah. You see the centipede maneuvering, slithering around, snapping and biting Byron. What would you like to do?
Okay, I am going to, because we've got this other centipede here, who I'm sure is just as hungry. And so I'm going to move over like here. And then I'm going to target this guy.
Okay.
And I will cast Tanglevine and try to immobilize him over there.
Got it. Go for it.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, baby.
That is, that 19 is not just a hit, that's a critical hit. Go ahead
Oh, nice.
and... Wait, how does the spell work?
So on a critical
Oh,
success,
yeah,
you
so-
immobilize. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So... That was a critical success. Therefore, the centipede becomes immobilized, takes a minus 10-foot circumstance penalty to its speed for 1 round. It can attempt to escape. Okay.
I think that the speed penalty is normal. The critical success is it's actually immobilized.
Yes, I see. Yeah, it cannot move. Great. Yeah, so tell me what it looks like as you cast this spell.
So Mand is talking to, of course, his animist spirit friends, and he's whispering to the custodian of groves and gardens. He's like, "We've got some bad stuff going down. you gotta block this guy off. And so the vines sort of rise up from the forest floor and grab the many legs of the centipede and like cling him to the ground. And I'm sure he's not happy about that. But the vines just sort of circle around him because he didn't know he was dealing with Man Darkleaf.
You hear the centipede that you've ensnared kind of going, must eat, must devour. But it cannot move at present. So you have moved, you have cast this spell. I believe that is your turn, which brings us...
Actions, so that's me.
Yeah, which brings us to Byron. Byron, what are you up to?
These fools think that they can stop a Takahata. They are mistaken. Where I pull out my dagger and I stab them. It takes me a little bit because I'm still getting used to things.
Okay. So you draw your dagger and stab the centipede in front of you, I assume? I
assume so, yes.
You have just applied the damage to yourself, so undo that. I think your intention was to stab the centipede, not yourself. Remember, you can only apply damage or healing to a token that you own. So since I own the centipede, I have to apply that damage, which I will now do. So it takes 1 point of damage from your stab. That's 2 actions. What else would you like to do?
I would like to also stab it again.
Go for it.
Checks out.
Because I have been so good at that. Take my finger.
Okay.
Okay.
Nat 20, baby.
Love that one.
Okay. Did you roll the crit? You didn't roll the critical button. Try that again. So on the damage card or on the attack card, there's 2 buttons: damage and critical. Click the critical button.
I see.
That's more like it. There we go. Okay.
We're talking.
So your first kind of stab, you're maybe a little bit flustered by this combat, especially with these creatures like demanding your flesh. You kind of like splash and nick the thing. Your second time, you kind of steady yourself and you drive it deep through one of the creases in the exoskeleton, and you score a deep blow. And you sense that. You sense that the creature is seriously hurt by that. All right, next up is the second giant centipede. It is currently immobilized. It is going to use the escape action. So I believe, I'm not sure what the DC is that it needs to do here. Escape, your spell DC, yeah, so...
So my spell DC is 17.
Okay.
At least according to my sheet.
Got it. So this thing is going to make an acrobatics check to try to escape from the vines. It twists and writhes.
Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, and with a with a 13, it fails. It is going to try again, because what else can it do?
And these are 1 action, the escape, I think?
It is, yeah. 1 action to escape.
So it could just try all 3 times.
It can, but it's failed twice now. It seems these vines... You hear, Mandy, you hear in your head the custodian kind of going, not so fast. And it's going to try a 3rd time to get out here. And this time, it just succeeds. But it took its entire turn to escape from those vines, and that brings us now to Hannah-chan.
Okay, Hannah remembers her ranger training, and although this is very freaky, chooses to cast Gravity Weapon to try to get an upper hand here.
Okay.
I don't have enough focus points. Do I not start rejuvenated from the day?
You would have, yeah, we didn't, you would have had your 1 focus point before this combat, absolutely. Because you started the day after a rest. So yeah, you should have had it.
Great. Okay. Perfect. Added that. I'm going to, my torch is already ready from the fog, so I'm going to target these creepy little creepers and take a swing at my little squirrel friends that are on me and Tampoco.
Okay, so make sure you apply the spell effect to your token first.
Got it. Okay.
And then click, there you go, now you have it. Okay, so now that was an action
First
to
action.
do that. Yep, now go ahead and make your attack.
Yes. Great. I'm trying to click on my token, but the squirrels they're surrounding me so much that I can't get to my character sheet. Okay, here we go. Strike. Rolled a 4, so that's an 8.
Yeah, and it's hard because you're trying to use this torch, but they're swarming all over your body. It's difficult to hit them without hitting yourself. What would you like to do for your third action?
Can I make, this might seem foolish, but can I make like a nature check on these centipedes? Because they must exist in the forest normally, right? Like, what would I know about them to, that might be a weakness?
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay. All right, so 7, 11.
With that, the only thing that you're able to recall is that these creatures cannot talk. Also, you would know it's sort of, no, that's really all you get with an 11, unfortunately. Like these creatures, like squirrels,
It's really
obviously
obvious,
can't talk.
shouldn't be able to talk. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
got it.
something weird is going on here. All right, so
Great.
that's your turn. That brings us back to the top of the order and Tampoco.
So these things are still swarming around him and biting at him. Not horribly, but enough to draw blood, like you said. I think it's kind of hard for them to bite through his fur. But he's just going to cast Ignition on them. And if that means he would also take possible damage, because I feel like he's casting it on, like he's doing a melee touch attack on things, so be it. He's not afraid of fire. So I'm doing Ignition Melee. I'm going to push this little button.
Okay.
And then I click Attack.
Correct.
Okay. So this is an 18.
An 18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, I needed to click them first, huh?
You have to
Because I'm not
target
getting
them.
a damage.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
if you
target them.
Yeah, if you want to hover over the squirrels and hit the T key, that will target them. For now, just roll damage from the spell card, the one above the second one up.
Oh, okay. 2d6.
Hey, 11.
Yeah, that is going to do it. So, explain to me what it looks like. What does it look like as Tampoco kind of, let's say there's like 5 or 6 of these squirrels left, and you're able to kind of like tap all of them with this ignition spell. Like, explain to me what it looks like, because this has 100% killed this squirrel swarm.
I kind of think, I mean, like, this, usually he'd have to touch them, but since they're touching him, I just think they just start to smolder. He's like, ah, and he starts to, like, smoke, and the heat that he's generating is hurting. And, like, eventually they sort of spontaneously combust. I'm okay taking that damage, too, or taking it with my heat resistance or my fire resistance. But... And then he kind of looks around and he's like hoping other people saw that, because he's like, you make me mad, you get the burn, and he doesn't really, like, because Hana is, like, the other centipede is blocking them, he's not gonna want to get involved with that thing. So I think that'll be the end of his turn. Like, he would, because there's no point. He doesn't want to get close to it because then he just get hurt. You know? Where's
Gotcha.
Mand? Man, where
He's
I'm
under
up.
the tree to the north.
I'm up. Yeah. If you hover over the leaves, you can see me.
You know what? Actually, he
Yep.
will walk a little bit. He's going to go this way. Maybe I got to turn off the target. There, he's going to go over here so we can at least see that other thing. That
Gotcha.
This
Okay.
guy. And that'll be the end of his turn.
Yeah, so you go full Super Saiyan, and the energy coming off, the flame aura coming off you just crisps these things as they go, why can't we kill you? And gonna die. With your turn complete, that brings us to the giant centipede here, which is going to, let's see, it is going to, I think it's going to attempt to, it's going to start by attempting to demoralize Byron, its current target here. It looks at you and says, I will eat your entrails to feed my young. With a 16 to the roll, a natural 16, it gets success. And Byron, you hear it claiming it will eat your entrails, and something about the threat raises the hair on the back of your neck, and you feel a chill of fear run through you as you are now frightened. Having done that, it is then going to go ahead and try to bite you once again with these mandibles. It snaps forward, this time going for your thighs, one of your left thigh, and that's another hit. I'm gonna need you to roll a fortitude save that I put in the chat. And you're gonna take 1 point of damage. Let's see if you make the save. With a failure, you take, you feel this time as it nicks your thigh, you feel the venom sinks in. And this time you are going to, let's see, now how do you take, I believe it's 1d4 poison damage here. Let's see. Yeah. So you take one point of regular or piercing damage, and you need 2 points of poison. There we go. All right. It is going to, so it's bitten and poisoned you. I think for its second attack, it's going to try and target Hana. Looks over and says, like, flesh, the blood, so nourishing, so potent. And it is going to make its second attack on you, Hannah. The natural 17, that is another hit. I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a fortitude saving throw as well. And you are going to take 1 point of damage from its bite.
I rolled an 18.
That is a success. You are not afflicted by the poison. Just take the 1 point of damage, and we're going to move on to the next turn, which is Mand. You're up.
Okay. I don't know that I'm going to get lucky enough to immobilize him a second time, although I was very happy with how that went. So I am going to, we're going to ready the sling here. And then we are going to try to strike with the sling.
Okay.
And that went okay.
That is a hit, yes. 18, natural 18 for 23. That was almost a crit, not quite. Go ahead and roll damage.
Wow.
So you hurl the stone and it slams into the chest and bounces off, and you see like there's a little crack in one of the exo plates on this thing. That was draw, load, and fire. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Man, I gotta get faster at that.
That brings us to Byron. Now, at the start of your turn, you would roll your saving throw against the venom. It looks like you already did that. Or...
Not hurt Byron.
Yeah, I think... All right, so that's fine. We'll get rid of the... your frightened value also decreases. So you're no longer frightened, you're no longer poisoned. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, now that remember that I'm a Takahata, I go back, stab him again. Target him ideally, of course.
Oh no!
I don't know if the dagger is the strongest tool at your disposal, but you go to stab it again, and it just kind of dodges out of the way effortlessly. It seems like it's getting ready. It's clacking its jaws at you. You see this green drool kind of like sliming off of its mandibles and dripping onto the ground. It's like...
I decide that he's none of my business. What he's doing, that's good for him. And I'm going to turn, and I'm going to face the other centipede. I'm going to move slightly closer to him.
Okay.
And I am going to target him and then throw my bottled lightning. Now, if it's a second move, do I use the initial strike or do I have to use the -1 map?
You've already made one attack this turn. So yes, it's the map -1.
I hit him with my bottled lightning. It's a complete miss.
It is unfortunately a miss. Not a complete, it was close, but you can't quite get it where you want it. And that brings us to the end of your turn. The centipede here is going to, let's see. What does it want to do? It wants to gang up on the vulnerable prey with its ally. So it is going to, let's see, can I get there? I can. Okay, it's going to move here. And it is now flanking Hannah. It looks at her and says,
no.
"Eat the cheeks, eat the eyes, eat the face." And it is going to attack Hannah. Once again, from behind, you feel it. You feel this like presence of malevolence behind you as it slithers up and swarms up with its unnatural movements and its strange speech. And it tries to sink its daggers, its mandibles into you to poison and harm you. Let's see how it does. That is a hit. You easily make the save. You are not poisoned, however. Yeah, this time you take 1 point of damage. It is going to attack you a second time, hoping against hope to poison its prey here. That is, I'm going to need another save from you.
You got it.
And we're going to take some more damage.
No, I rolled a 3, which makes a 10.
Okay, so you take another point of damage and you are afflicted. Oh, don't roll that. Okay, so I'm supposed to click that button first and then you roll that button. I got it.
Got it.
And then I didn't quite understand how this affliction system worked. It's my first time running it. But we'll go ahead and roll the poison. Let's see, where's that? You take 4 points of poison damage if you want to apply that to yourself. Yeah. And the centipede's turn is over, and it is now your turn. You are flanked on both sides by these giant centipedes. What do you want to do?
Just move, just move back. I am going to, let me just double check my Naginata range. It has a 5-foot range we discovered, right? I think
it has
so.
a 10-foot range. I think.
Okay,
The
so if
Naginata? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to move just beside Tampoco here, target this little sweetie. I'm going to obviously drop my torch, draw that Naginata with 2 hands, get a good grip on her, and strike away. And I yell at it, "You shouldn't talk!" And I know that for a fact. 18 with 6, 24, baby.
Very nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we'd love to see it. Okay, 5
Wow.
doubled is 10 damage on that.
Yeah,
The shiniest centipede you've ever done seen.
out comes this like 10-foot long, like 3-foot blade on the end of a 7-foot pole. This thing is massive, but you know how to use it. And I mean, you've killed this centipede. Tell me exactly what it looks like as you do so.
I take the Naginata and I angle it at a 45-degree upward angle, and I get it right between the exoskeleton, right where, you know, should the creature have a heart, which I'm sure it does not, it's an insect, I would twist right into it, and then I rip to try to take one of the scales out and get some good blood flow going.
You
and I
do.
say to it, "You're never gonna eat me, ever."
Got it. That was a mighty turn. Very well done. You have basically bisected these, and now there's only the 1 centipede left. That brings us to its turn, however. It shrieks in rage. You will be my sustenance. And it is going to rush towards you, angry that you've killed its partner. And it is going to just make 2 strikes on you. It's just, they're all in on Hannah here. Okay.
Wait, Tampoco
Right.
doesn't go first?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Merciel-
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought
did
Tampoco
it-
was top of the order.
It skipped over him somehow. Maybe I clicked it twice. Yeah, sorry about that, Kirk. I didn't pay attention to what was
okay.
happening. Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
no, I'm sorry. It is Tampoco's turn.
Okay. He sees this last thing, and he kind of is like, and he wants it to burn as well, to spontaneously combust, casting ignition as a distant spell attack roll, not a melee spell attack roll. So I'm just. Oh, I see. First I do that, and then I click attack. Okay.
Oh, baby! Nat 20.
That'll work.
So I click roll damage.
So in this one, you would first click select other variant because you were using the ranged version.
Okay. And there's just ignition or ignition melee, so I'm assuming it's
So you want the
regular
first
ignition.
one. Yeah, exactly, because it's not the melee attack. There we go. Now roll
Okay.
the damage.
And then how do you crit it?
So for this spell, the way a critical success works is it takes the normal damage, but then it also takes persistent fire damage, which means you set it on
yes.
fire. Yeah.
Right.
In this case, the thing had 1 hit point left, so we don't need to worry about that. You slaughter it. It is dead. Well done.
It cooks. It's on fire, baby.
And with
Little
that,
barbecue here.
with that, you guys are out of combat. Well done. Your first fight. Even if we didn't get everything exactly right, we got through it. Well done. Good job. So the corpses of the burned squirrels, the bisected centipede, the scorched one, their stinking corpses are smoking on the ground, leaking blood. And the forest around you is simply quiet.
Byron turns to everyone in the party. He's kind of out of breath. He's clearly frightened and been a little rattled, and he goes, I know Natural thinking, and I think I should say it for us. You're welcome. I did do the best out of everyone, and I'm glad I could help you all through this. You're welcome.
Aren't you poisoned?
Yeah, Byron, you're looking a little green.
Yeah, didn't that bug poison you?
I'm totally fine. I'm just gonna do one quick thing. Byron
Okay.
runs around to the other side of a tree, and we hear him pretty actively vomiting, really hard, kind of vomiting his guts out. And then in between, he goes, "Come on, get it together," and then he vomits again. And then he slowly comes back out and rejoins the group and wipes his mouth like nothing happened.
Okay. Hannah's grossed out by this and still goes over to the centipede carcass with the naginata and kind of pokes at it, investigates it, and I turn to the group and just okay, everyone, I have to say it, these creatures are typically harmless or they only attack if provoked, and they certainly don't know the common tongue. So something is really wrong here. Horribly wrong. God,
Yeah,
I just want to.
I gotta say, I'm not from around here, but generally bugs and squirrels don't do that kind of thing. So, a little weird. A little weird.
Everyone except Hannah, give me either a nature or survival check. One of the two.
Yes, let everyone in the group try their hand at the skills. It's really important. Everyone have the ability to survive.
You already rolled and failed on this, which is why you don't get to roll.
No, it's because I'm really smart, so that's know a lot. Mm-hmm.
Should I have clicked on yours instead? I just rolled not privately.
No, that's fine. No, that's okay. Fine. We're all still getting used to playing and how. So I should tell you guys when I put role prompts in the chat. So basically, Byron and Mand, both of you, in response to what Hannah has said, both of you realize not only is there obviously something supernatural afoot with these forest creatures being able to speak, but their aggression during the daylight and not fleeing in the face of superior foes, their strange obsessions, all of that is weird too. There's definitely something otherworldly or supernatural going on. And the two of you, I'll put two more prompts in the chat. You can roll either occultism or religion to try and figure out exactly what's going on here. Mand, you're not sure what this is. This isn't like anything you've ever seen before. Byron, you recall your tutor Severian discussing at one point that animals are particularly vulnerable to the influence of evil spirits, especially during the season of ghosts.
Byron turns to everyone in the group. Everyone, my tutor Severian told me that animals are particularly susceptible to the influences, especially during the seasons of ghosts. He kind of looks off into the middle distance, just like really thoughtful.
Okay. All right.
I think we should go back into town. I think we should go back into town.
I'm a little concerned that if no one's come out to here to see us and we're getting attacked, what might be happening in town?
Byron goes over real quick. He has an empty vial, and he takes some of the blood from the centipede, if that's possible.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. As you're doing so, a kind of a soft, the overcast above gets a little bit darker and rain begins to fall.
Oof.
Well, this day's had a great start.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, Hannah picks up her torch that she abandoned and relights it if it's gone out. And okay, I have to say it. I did get bitten by the mandibles just quite a few times. It's okay. I've got armor. I understand. I'm an intimidating figure with my innate strength. But Sal or ma'am, do you have like just a little something, a little snack I could have to pep me back up before we carry on here?
Let me see.
Where's my character sheet?
Tom,
There we go.
while they're looking, because you might have something useful, Tom Poco would have those offerings that he took from the statue. Like, these wouldn't help you if you're talking about like in terms of hit points, but the things that we weren't supposed to eat, like they're left for either the ugly cute statue or the ones at the grace. Like, these are a bit old, but you could eat one of these. No one was eating them at the when they were placed with reverence upon that statue. The big spider statue. I took a bite. I took all of them. So, and he doesn't know that was probably something you shouldn't do, because he thought it was just free food. But you would probably recognize there are things you shouldn't take. But if you guys have something useful in your whatever inventory, that'd be better.
Healing spell that I have is a very like full blast kind of healing spell, so maybe I should save that for later. But I could do a treat wounds on Hana-chan.
Would love.
Byron holds up a bestial mutagen and says, "I could turn you into a beast."
I don't need that. Nobody needs that. Thank you
Jordan,
so much.
I'm seeing the town map, so I don't know how I would target Hannah here.
Just roll. Roll you don't need to
wounds.
target her for this. Just roll treat wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay.
nat
Roll
20.
all the dice.
I'll take that 6 healing. Thank you so much.
I nat 20'd and I got 6 on 4 dice.
Thank you. Collect at least 1 token. I'm just going to do it manually in my thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let's see.
Oh, I see a little glowy figure up there.
There we go.
Ooh.
I put Hannah's token on the map so that I could do something about it. What is going
I see,
on
okay.
with your torch? Why is it so insane?
It's very bright because I'm very good.
Super torch.
Hang on. Let me see if I can
I wrapped
edit
it tight.
that. That's a bit more like it. So you take 10 minutes. Mand pulls out his healer's toolkit, begins stitching up some of the bite marks. He has a handful of herbs that he gives you to kind of recover some of your stamina. And 10 minutes later, you have been treated and you've recovered quite a bit of health there, or at least the 6 points.
Mm-hmm. I suggest to the group that we go. But I know the way. We can get back into town quickly now. Let's go. Let's go. Does anyone need anything?
I'm fine.
I think we better get back
I
before
need-
anything worse happens.
Okay, Hannah.
Hot bath at the bathhouse is that's what I think we need.
Things are
In a
bad.
hard day, sleeping
That's a hard
outdoors,
day.
in the rain, monsters.
Okay,
Terrible-
Hannah takes her
terrible
Naginata.
festival.
It's not in strike mode, but she has it ready so she doesn't have to draw it and her torch. Okay, everybody, come on, let's go. Let's go. And starts trudging back toward the town.
Okay. You guys make your way through the fog and the rain. As you move, occasionally there's shapes in your peripheral vision, just like the hint of a form, like another centipede coming out, or maybe a person stumbling out. But every time you look, it just evaporates into formless mist and fog. The clearing where you were placed during the reenactment festival is about a mile to the east of town. And it takes you in this fog a good 30 minutes to make your way to the edge of the forest. But as you come out, you see that indeed you have arrived. You have arrived at the eastern edge of town. Ahead of you, you can see the bridge across the Duyu River. It tells you've made your way back to town. However, I would like a perception check from everybody.
Ooh, 19 with the 6, 25.
23 from Man.
Okay, so Byron, you're maybe a little distracted by thoughts of, well, you tell me, what are you distracted by that you don't notice what I'm about to tell you about?
I'm still a little nauseous, and I feel like I'm about to vomit again. And so I'm just looking around like maybe there's another tree I can vomit behind.
You're looking around for vomit trees, got it. The other three of you, as you're approaching the bridge, you see floating face down in the water, coming downstream from town and flowing into the Duyu from the Cheba, a corpse, a human body.
Well, that's not great. Is it anybody we know?
Yeah, you guys rolled above a 20. I would say this is a farmer, somebody you've seen around town. You've seen him at like the Tree Sparrow's Rest and the bathhouse. He's one of the farmers who kind of lives on the south bank and has, wheat fields and a couple of rice paddies. He's a little bit on the older side. You recognize the shape of the body, the clothing, the hairstyle, but he is floating face down and he is not moving.
Okay, I take my Naginata and can I see if I can fish him out?
Yes, go ahead and let's see, the reach.
Athletics? Yeah.
I would say athletics. The question is the reach. You have to, so let me ask you this. Are you going into the water?
Ooh. How swiftly is it moving?
This time of year with the spring runoff, yeah, it's one of the things that makes this particular river so suited for the lumber trade is that it's very deep with not a lot of shallows and it's fairly swift. So lumber moves along it pretty quickly.
If I can see from the bridge, can I get a reach from the bridge? And if not, I'll stay on shore. I'll put a toe in the water. But
I would say because you're moving fairly quickly as the body is floating around the corner and starting to head southeast. If you will say to snare the body with the Naginata and lift it out of the water, we'll say is a DC 18 athletics check. If you fail by, oh wow.
I failed. I got a 2.
But don't forget, you have your hero point. You have a hero point if you want to use it here.
That is correct.
I'm going to use it here and do a reroll.
Okay. When you use a hero point, you have to tell me about what is the heroic moment that allows you to remake this roll. So you rush up into the bridge and you kind of like stab down with the Naginata to try and snare his clothes, and it just like slices the head and misses. What do you do that's heroic in this moment to use this point to reroll?
Okay, so I jump, I hook my legs onto the bridge itself, and I lower my torso using my very strong obliques and try to leverage my body that way.
I love it. So you're trying to get him as he's going past the front, you miss, you backflip, end up hanging off your legs off the back side of the bridge and try again. Go ahead and give me that roll.
21.
Nice.
Perfect. This time you are able to snag the body and flip it up onto the bridge. You do that cool martial arts thing where you back up onto your feet and The corpse of this kind of older farmer gentleman lies on the bridge next to you. As you examine it, you see his eyes have been stabbed out and his throat has been slit.
Ew.
Byron comes running up, and he's clearly just like almost vomited a little bit. He's like, "Folks, don't worry. There was nothing left in my." He sees the body and then runs off and vomits again.
Just when you thought the day couldn't get any worse.
I just, without eyelids to close over the eyes, I turn the body back face down out of respect. And I turn to Byron, Campauco, Mand, and I say, I don't know what did this, but it's no creature nor person I've encountered in Willowshire before. Nobody would slit a throat, and no one would remove the eyes of the dead. This wasn't an accident. This was murder. I rally the group. I straighten my armor. I put away my torch and I ready my naginata with both hands.
As we're across the river, we kind of like look to the town. Can we see the broader town from where we're standing?
The fog is obscuring your vision. You can't see much more than 500 feet.
And we'd have a ways to go on that road anyway before we can get to any. It's like kind of a long road. It's a good.
Yeah, is this a good stopping point, or?
I was waiting to see if
away,
anybody
yeah.
had any more in-character stuff they wanted to say, but this is a. We'll call that there with the discovery of this corpse and the determination you guys have shown to investigate together as a group. We had a short session today, but I feel like it was a pretty good one. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Game is afoot, as they say.
The
The
game.
game is afoot.